What is going on, guys? Trey coming back at your screen by means of the World Wide Web with the prize highlights for the Circle of Signs Special Dungeon event. So let's get right into it. Starting off with our gear here, we have the Icicle, 359 attack, no skill. So definitely nothing special about this thing. But it can evolve into the Chill Axe, which is a pretty nice looking piece of gear. Adds 969 attack with a chance to proc Smash Adept. So Smash Adept, there's gear out there with the elite multiplier, so that's not really the greatest. But 969 attack is pretty impressive. We just have to wait and see what the proc rate is. If when it's maxed out, it's higher than 10%, then that's a definite plus, and that will make this a pretty nice piece of gear, pretty decent. But just pretty decent attack. Doesn't have the elite multiplier smash, but it'll still be pretty useful, guys. Moving on to our Spark Fly here, adds 1089 agility once close to max, but it doesn't have a skill, so that's never a good thing. But it can evolve into the Arc Flight, which is a pretty nice looking piece of gear. Add 1355 agility with a chance to proc Quick and Self Elite, so that's pretty nice. It raises your agility to whomever you have this gear equipped to. It will raise their agility when it procs, so hopefully it has a pretty nice proc rate. For those of you who could afford Hermes, I think this would be one of the nice pieces of gear for him. But it is also useful on a lot of other fighters. Be able to raise that agility, be a little bit more quicker. It can definitely help tremendously. One thing I want to say also, I do believe the Arc Flight will be the reward for finishing Harpy's Horde level 10, guys. So make sure you're on the lookout for that, so that you can go take a chance at Harpy's Horde and get this nice piece of gear. Then we have the Tater Fry, adds 350 attack, 350 agility. Nothing too impressive about that because it doesn't have a skill. But it can evolve into the Papa Zapper, which adds 700 attack and 700 agility. So it also has a chance to proc Shoot Spot Elite, which is a double skill. Pedal to the metal and fire away. So I'm guessing, guys, that this is probably going to be something like a Quicken Self, and combined with maybe a Sting or a Preempt or something that's where agility is important, but it's an attack-based move. That's my guess anyway. We won't know until approximately Sunday, because DNA put out something in the info tab this morning. I believe it was this morning, where they said that you only need 6 Tater Fries in order to evolve it to the Papa Zapper. But that doesn't mean you want to slack, guys. You know DNA has full control of this game, and they can change whatever they want whenever they want. So that doesn't mean you should skip a day. I actually go against that. One of my buddies that plays this game actually brought something to my attention earlier, to where you may want to lax and skip a day, and the next thing you know, the daily dot rush for the last day is something completely different from this piece of gear, and now you can't finish it. So definitely try to go for it all days, guys. Don't slack on it. Stay consistent every day if you want this piece of gear. Now let's move on to our heroes. So first we have Polypodia here. Octopus Tentacles, Trident, Cerberus. It looks weird as all get out. But let's go ahead and start breaking it down. So she's a Water Warlock. So definitely going to have the attack and the wisdom. To get into her stats off of the edge, 2,688 HP, 4,388 attack, 2,234 defense, 3,511 wisdom, and 428 agility, with a total stat base of 13,249. Chance to proc a double skill here, Drown Elite, with a 2 cooldown. Nothing special here. Water, double deep. One of your fighters is going to weak. So no one really knows what this skill does yet. At least it hasn't been brought to my attention, or the attention of many others that I talked to about this game. But my guess is going to be that it's kind of like a double drench single target. We don't know if both are going to proc on the same enemy, or is it going to be 2 random enemies. Don't know that, but that's basically what it sounds like, is a double drench, guys. So nothing really special there. Honestly, probably going to end up being Superfuse fodder. And if you want to use her for that, your best bet is to just go ahead and get 526 attack from it. No other stat is worth using her for Superfuse on. So Yeah, probably super fuse fodder on this one, guys. The next one we have here is Daria, our Kirker Beta recolor here. So she is a lightning guru. I like her look, by the way. She looks better than Kirker Beta to me. The color just looks nicer to me. But anyway, she's a lightning guru, so she's going to have the high wisdom. But this is a Bombazin type guru with high wisdom, low agility, guys. So to get into her stats off of the edge, 3,278 HP, 426 attack, which just doesn't matter at all. 1,164 defense, 6,669 wisdom, 2,221 agility. Zap Elite is the skill, wisdom base, auto proc. So nothing really special about that. She just has really high wisdom, so she'll hit hard, but she's very slow. So also beware of that. She won't be as quick as your average guru, guys. So just be on the lookout for that. She will hit hard, and she does have a considerable amount of HP though for a guru. So that's good stuff right there. Total stat base 13,758. I don't think I said that. But if you don't want to keep Daria, you can definitely use a super fuse fodder. And if you choose to do that, you would likely want to use wisdom, which if you do, you would get 800 from it. So that's pretty sweet. And that's pretty much it about Daria. I mean, we have plenty of Zap Elites. We don't have a Zap that had the high wisdom and low agility combo. So she's kind of a first in her league type of deal, but still pretty nice. Then last but not least, we have USAZilla, who is the Arathia recolor, I believe his name is, with the vent. USAZilla. So to break this guy down here, I do not know his element or what he is. I would guess he's a rogue, but I don't know his element yet. So I guess if I had to guess, what would I say? Wind? I don't know. Air, I meant. But I don't know his element for certain. We'll just have to find out once he starts showing up in dungeons, because this is made the day before his dungeon starts. So to get into breaking this guy down off of his edge, 2,780 HP, 2,117 attack, 1,443 defense, 2,054 wisdom, 5,187 agility for a total stat base of 13,581. So chance to proc Sting All Adept, agility base 2 cooldown, nothing special there. We have a ton of those. We actually have Sting All Adepts with better cooldown than that. So USAZilla is probably just going to be super fuse fodder, guys. And if you wanted to use him for super fuse fodder, you would most likely want to use the agility stat, which if you did, you would get 622 agility. That's basically the gist of this guy. Nothing really special about him, honestly. Just agility fodder, guys. If you're going to go for this guy, he'll be pretty decent agility fodder. So those are all the fodders we're going to cover out of the prize highlights today. And for you guys, I only have one comparison. I'm not comparing Polypodia because she has a double skill, so she's kind of the first of her class type of deal. And we're not going to compare Daria either, because as I stated earlier, she is the first, at least to my knowledge, the first to have the Zap Auto Proc single target skill with the high agility and the high wisdom, high wisdom and low agility. So the only one we're going to be comparing here is going to be USAZilla. And the one we're going to be comparing USAZilla to, as I make my way down to him here. Okay, man, buddy. So many more lightning fighters coming. That's nice. I'll find you. There he is. We're going to compare him to the man N10 here. So to get into the comparison here, USAZilla is better than N10 statistically. 107 more HP, 80 more attack, 53 more defense, 80 more wisdom, and 201 more agility for a total stat difference of 521. But the biggest thing is N10 has the better cooldown. So if you're using a Sting All Adept, it's likely you'll want to stay with N10 because of the cooldown. He only has 201 more agility, which is the important stat on both of these fighters. So honestly, with him having a 1 cooldown, that's much more significant than USAZilla's 201 more agility. So if you're using either of these guys, or if you're using a Sting All Adept, highly recommend you use N10 over USAZilla. But then again, no one's really using these things anymore. But not everyone's a super expert player, so definitely if you're still using Sting All, go with N10 and don't worry about USAZilla. Pretty sure he's pretty cheap right now, actually. Let's see, look, 35 for a 5 for 5. So really cheap, guys. Maxed out and everything if you want to get a nice powerful Sting All. Alright guys, so that's all we're going to consider today from our prize highlights. This will be sort of like a part 1. We'll consider part 2 possibly tomorrow after we can get some more information on some of these newer fighters. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please continue to like, subscribe, favorite, share, comment, and everything else. And I'll be back at your screen with more, guys. Later.